Welcome back to our Nashville Pride Wrap-Up Show. I'm Brent Meredith. Still with me tonight are my co-host Pam Wheeler and Nashville Pride Board Member Phil Cabucci to talk all about this year's Pride event. So we were chatting just before the break a little bit about the parade, and I wanted to make sure I mentioned that it was really cool to see so many folks in the parade, even with the rain. I remember seeing Music City Prep had a large presence, and let's see, Dollar General, Tractor Supply. Music City Prep had like a mini parade within a parade. They even had branded sousaphone covers, which I thought was great for the marching band. But was there anybody else that that we needed to thank or call out and say, you guys helped us put on the festival? Give you a shout out to the folks watching tonight.
Absolutely. I mean, this festival can't happen without the support of some of the largest companies in Nashville. And so we're really appreciative of the support that we've gotten from businesses like Bridgestone and Nissan and Alliance Bernstein. Dollar General obviously was a large sponsor of Music City Prep. And then we've received support from other organizations as well, including the Nashville Convention and Visitors Bureau. And so we've done, we've had a really solid relationship with these organizations and businesses over the years. And the fact that they continue to support Pride in Nashville is a really exciting thing.
Yeah, and Pam, I'm going to put you on the spot, and I know you remember the days when we were begging people for money and sponsorships. Was anything come to mind when you see all of these large businesses, locally and nationally supporting Pride and remembering back when we were begging for money?
I know. I always feel really happy. I always feel amazed. I mean, I'm amazed because I do remember those worrisome nights and not having... sorry, that's my technical difficulty. Not having money to do the things we needed to do. A healthy organization, every year it should get better, and it certainly has done that exponentially in the last, say, 5 to 10 years. So I get really happy. I want to ask you, Phil, though, because I'm just curious. Has there been any pushback? And by your answer, I think I know that. By your answer just before, I think I know what you're going to say. Any at all sponsors that aren't happy because Pride was unable to deliver, the full festival because of the weather that was out of your control?
Good question.
Yeah, no, it's a great question. Reality is that we've gone through a number of different struggles over the last 18 months, 2 years here in Nashville, and every one of our sponsors and organizations have been really solid and great supporters. And we're going to continue to do things to amplify their message and their support of the LGBTQ plus community here in town and how we can truly make a difference collectively. So in the end, we have great sponsors and great support, and we're thankful for them.
That is really great to hear because building off of Pam's question, I was curious, and I figured folks watching today assumed that canceling day 2 was not anybody's preference. Nobody really wants to shut down half of an event they've been planning for more than a year, especially after missing last year. So I thought you guys might want an opportunity to kind of share the reasoning behind that decision and sort of how you came to that.
Well, I mean, reality is that we continue to monitor the weather. We are always looking out for the safety and security of our attendees and making sure that everyone is safe and that we're good stewards of the property that we are renting for the weekend as well. And so there was a number of factors that went into the decision to cancel and the decision also to delay on Saturday. The weather just was not in our favor. And on Sunday, when we being the board arrived on site in consultation with Jack, we were walking the property and there was no way that we could have continued on and doing so in a safe way and then also being good stewards to the land. And I think that is really the critical piece to all of that, right?
Yeah.
I mean, when we were making the decision, it was pouring buckets of water out of the sky.
I know there was no getting around it. I left on Saturday around 3:30, 4 o'clock, and at that point it was really beginning to get really saturated, and you guys had already started putting down barriers and covers and trying to do the best you could, and it just really worried me because having worked on events before, I know you can't, the liability of anybody falling down or the equipment falling down or breaking is great, and so that decision does not come lightly at all, I know.
No, I mean, there's so much complicated complicated decision making that goes into this. It's a very nuanced process. It's not just, oh, it's raining, let's cancel. There's so much that goes into it because we have, you know, an enormous stage. We have artists that have flown in from all over the country, and it's a very hard decision to make. To top that off, it's you know, when you look at the forecast and it says that it's going to rain for 8 hours, we know that there's not a chance that it's going to be. We at least believe that there's not going to be a chance for us to recoup or to get things back into a space that is truly welcoming and safe for everybody.
Cool. Well, we're out of time for this segment again, but again, we'll be right back with more Nashville Pride news after this short break. Please stay with us.